So real quick, so how I do these, this is not like I don't do these like an interview. Like I like to have you guys on and then just rap out about everything going on, your career, you know, the UFC in general.
Cool.
So that's basically that's how I do these things. So actually, you know, I was just looking at so you're in San Diego.
I am, yeah.
Dude, I had no idea. I lived in San Diego for a long time. I know Alliance. I used to train at the boxing club.
Okay.
And I don't even know if it's still down there, but then I was at Total Combat for a little bit, which is now Victory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
before
actually
my time.
Yeah, I'm having Dean on. Dean Lister's coming on tomorrow night.
Nice. Okay, cool.
So I wonder, you know, like I was looking at the list from Alliance, and there's a couple guys that are like, I mean, these are like, there's some like old school guys that you probably don't even see in there anymore, but like Ed Ratcliffe. That was
okay. Yeah, I've trained.
You know who he is?
I was like 18, 19 at the time, and I was watching him train with the guys, and I was still an amateur, so I'd watch him, and yeah, he was around. I remember him.
Yeah, he was exciting, man.
Yeah, like I said before my time, like I was watching when I first came to Alliance. I remember just watching the guys on TV, like WEC Dominic, and I knew them from there. But I was just more like starstruck when I showed up and kept to myself, you know, just kind of watched them. Yeah, but fuck, dude.
So how'd you get into it? Tell me that story. Like,
well, it kind of happened unexpectedly, really. Like I played high school football. I played the Pop Warner before that, and then going into my sophomore year, I had taken kickboxing classes, Muay Thai, because I heard somebody like on the team, like something with kicking or doing karate would help you open up your stride and make me faster. And I was playing running back at the time and safety. So I started doing that, and then summer school came around, and some kid wanted to fight me, and I fought him, and I got kicked off the football team, and I just liked kickboxing more at the time, also. So I just kind of
wait. So he wanted to fight, in the street, or like
like fist fight? No, like a school
right.
fight. Yeah. So we walked off campus, we fought, and then that led to a chain of events of me leaving the football team, and then just really going to kickboxing full-time, Muay Thai, and then it led to me fighting smoker fights. I think I did like 6 or 7 smoker fights.
Yeah.
And then right when I was 18, I did the MMA up at fucking random casino reservation, you know, that I shouldn't be going on.
Which one?
I don't know if you've heard of it, Explode Combat Series.
No. Which casino were they at?
This is on Valley View Casino.
Okay.
It wasn't actually at the casino. It was like someone's backyard, and they set up the cage. It was, we called it the chicken coop. So we fought there, and that led to me winning a few times, and then things just kicked off from there. Series came around.
Yeah, those smokers, man, they're like the you'll know real quick, like, because that's the first time, because I did a few of those as well, but I was too old, man. I didn't even start doing anything until I was 26 or 27 when I first did one, and so like I knew I wasn't gonna, you know, do anything. But like the first time that you have a glove on and you get to throw full throttle at a guy, and you're like, this is, you know, it's like you don't spar like that. And if you got a taste for it, it's a good time.
It's scary too, with all the people watching, and
I
said, so it's a crazy feel. You can't mimic it. No sparring or no kind of training will get you ready for it. Even 2 people watching you fight, it's still like it adds that extra pressure, you know.
100%.
You know,
and that's
people are judging.
And once you've done it once, like that's all you visualize when you're training is you're like, I don't want to gas out in front of these fucking people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Bad in front of them. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
it sucks because you're really putting yourself in a vulnerable spot. Like you're fighting, anything can happen, and everyone's judging, everyone's thinking their own shit. And I mean, one guy is gonna win, one guy is gonna lose. It's a tough, even just to step in there, dude. Like smoker or not, it takes balls.
A huge granite balls, and that's why it's the best sport ever. It's like people like
it is.
I try to explain it to people where it's like there's no sport where the outcome, like, first of all, you fucking train for months for this event that's going to last maximum 15 minutes, or if it is a championship fight, 25.
Exactly.
And the outcome of the event is so catastrophic if you lose and so gigantic if you win. Yeah. And then depending on how you win or lose, I mean, it's just like there's just nothing with that level of impact on the line on someone's life, because it's your life. It's your life.
And people fucking remember, like my last fight, for example. I can't live down getting twisted. Like,
Dude, yeah, but hey, okay, I was gonna ask you, yeah, but
I knew it was coming.
how good did it make you feel to watch him fight that next dude and have that dude in a twister the entire fight?
Just about had it. He was like a step behind the whole time. I saw it. It made me feel better.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, it wasn't just me, but
No.
that was an awakening for me. Like I fucking went through that, the embarrassment, all the. I thought I was ready, you know, like technically ready. I showed up, although I did miss weight. Diet could have been better, whatever. But I thought technically I was ready. I was ready for anything, and I just fucking got smoked.
What does it feel like when someone's got you in that, and he's going full throttle, like?
So at first he was just kind of squeezing, and then he switched to more of like a rear naked kind of lock on it. And when he did that, I was just gonna tough it out. I wasn't gonna tap. I've kind of been there before in similar positions in training. But when he locked it up with that rear naked grip, and I felt my back go like bubble wrap, like pop, 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 and I just screamed. And there's a verbal tap if you fucking make a noise, right? So at the same time I tapped though, and it was miserable, dude. For the next few days. So
you're getting yanked like so it's actually twisting your lower back.
Yeah. So your hips are going one way, and then your upper body's going one way. So it's cranking me this way. My hips are going this way. And yeah, dude, my back got fucked up for the next few days. It was hard to sit or to stand. The plane ride sucked. And, you know, I heard a lot of people, like uneducated people especially, who watch it, what is that? Why do you tap? Like, I don't understand. But if you've never really been in the position, or if you're trained, you know. But man, it fucking sucks.
If there's a fucking name for a submission, then if you're locked in it, you're tapping out. I mean, like they don't have names for it if it's not gonna fucking like injure you if you don't tap. You know what I mean?
You'd be surprised how many people fucking asked me after the fight, like, what was that? Or how did that feel? Or why'd you tap? Like, a lot of people ask me that. And it opened my eyes also to how many people are really uneducated in the sport. Don't know shit. They're like, oh my God.
They don't know anything. They're like, I was just curious where you felt it when it was locked up, you know? Cause like, you know, I don't know if it's like, you know, like, cause it could be or like your whatever. I mean, cause it's it's one of those things where like, there's no other submission where your whole fucking body is being torqued in one direction or the other. It's like, he's literally he has your entire body under control, where, you know, normally, you know, you slap a body triangle on a guy, but then you're still trying to choke him or grab an arm or whatever. And it's like, you're still trying to isolate one part of the body, where that twister is like,
it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It was like a neck crank, fucking stretching the shit out of my pecs. Like when he was pulling, dude, my ankles hurt, my knee hurt. For the longest, I thought I got kicked with an inside leg kick at one point. But then I watched the fight. The only thing I got hit with was a side kick right off the bat. And I watched the fight, and it was just from him fucking squeezing his leg so tight, keeping that grip on my leg. I was like, oh man, like,
dude,
he's crazy.
He really is. He's one of the only guys where you know it's going to the ground, and I'm excited to watch him fight. You know, like where, like especially after that one when he fought, what's his name, who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Charles Rosa, and he was like, you know, that guy was like, yeah, bring it on the ground, and he was in a twister the entire fight. Like he almost cinched that on him the whole time.
I only watched the highlights. I didn't even know who he fought. I know Bryce is the real deal though, based on. I mean, I've trained with some good guys. I've given good guys good rounds, rounds, and he fucking smoked me, dude. It really opened my eyes to what I got to improve on. But,
well, that's the only time you've ever been finished in your career too. So that had to be kind of weird too. Like losing a decision and getting finished is it's a completely different thing. Like
I remember going backstage and being crushed, dude. Like, you can lose a decision, and people like my UFC debut, I lost by a split. People thought I won. It's more like you can kind of take it as a win if you wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting fucking finished in front of people like that in the first, and to never be finished, and to experience it on such a big stage and the crowd's fucking yelling shit at you, you're upset. Like oh man, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Where was that? Where was that event?
That was in Washington, in DC.
And that was on. That was on Fight Night, Overeem versus Rosenstreich. Oh Jesus, that's the one where he split Overeem's face in half.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah,
good fight.
And then he called out Francis. I was like, come on, dude, you don't want that fucking fight.
No.
I respect the Gotsis on that. I really do. But if you're a stand-up fighter and you're asking for Francis, like, you know.
Yeah. I've seen Francis. I believe he didn't start that long ago in his career.
No, yeah, he's
the fucking
dude.
power he's got.
I
what he
will
can
send
generate.
you a documentary after this that'll blow your fucking mind, dude. Like, do you know Mix Molly Wapari's channel?
I don't know. No,
Oh,
send it to me.
oh man, I'm gonna send you so much shit to watch. Like, so he does these documentaries on fighters, and he got like, you know, the majority of people who do MMA content where they're cutting together, you know, edits and stuff, like they're doing like fight highlights and some training, whatever.
Right.
That's not what he does. Like he digs into their past and like tells stories. So like he's not interested in guys who have like traditional, like he's like Francis's story is so crazy, dude. This guy was in a sand mine when he's like 25 or 26 years old. He's never fought once. He's never trained once. And he just like saw footage of Mike Tyson. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go be the world champion. And he's in like the poorest area. I mean, I won't ruin it. I'll send it to you, but it'll.
No, I believe I saw something like he was homeless or like near it or something, like real.
He went through so much shit before he was homeless. Like when he was homeless, in his mind, he had won. Like that's how hard it was for him just to get to the West.
Wow.
To where he was homeless, and like he actually said that was the happiest point of his life is when he was homeless, because he knew he was gonna get to take a shot now.
Okay. Yeah.
But
this takes that belief, dude. To make that happen, it takes a strong person and a strong mind.
100%.
So yeah, props to him, bro. Fuck.
Yeah. Do you have a fight? You have a fight scheduled yet?
You know, I was supposed to fight Jared Gordon, who just fought, I believe, last week or the week before, on that upcoming San Diego card before COVID had started.
Yeah.
And training for that fight 2 weeks out, I actually tore my ACL. So I've been my ACL, and then they repaired my meniscus, completely replaced my ACL. So I'm still out for a few more months. I'm like, today I'll go back and hold pads, and I'm easing back into coaching. Yeah. But as far as training, I still can't cut. I can't pivot. I can't do any of that. I've just been in rehab, laying low and just resting, really, dude. Fucking.
So when are you going to be
really
able? When's the doctor anticipating you can contact training?
Right now, I don't know, dude. I'd say at least a few more months before I can run, like 2 months before I can start jogging, and then it's get back in shape, get back in fight shape, and then start boxing, and then go proceed. And I'll just talk to the guys, and you know, go day by day and see how they think, see what they think, see how I feel. And
so what? Okay, so there's a lot of interest now in the contracts and how they function because of you know, what's interesting. I don't. It seems bizarre that all this money shit came up during COVID when everybody knows the UFC is making significantly less money making less money because there's no gate. But I mean, they sold 1.3 million pay-per-views on this last one. Anyway, but there's you know, there are a lot of guys holding out and making noise about the contract. So
right.
So, you know, picking out bits and pieces, it sounds like, so the UFC signs you to a multi-fight deal. They owe you 3 fights a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then how does that play out if you're injured? So like,
they
assume
extend
that
the contract.
And you go to once their doctors approve you, that's when the clock starts again?
I'd assume so. Like how it's gone with me is I messaged my manager, Danny Rubenstein. He get a hold of the UFC for me. They set up the appointments and everything for me to go. I go, and then the doctor just sends whatever they give me to them, and then so pretty much, yeah, it goes through like a third party kind of. Yeah. But yeah, once the doctor that I'm seeing clears me, they send it to them. They say I can train, then I'm good to go. And yeah, I mean, it's only happened once before with my eye, and like
how'd that happen?
My debut, I fought Shaman Moraes, and that motherfucker eye poked me like 4 times. And not one point was taken.
You knocked him out, right?
No, fucking that's the one where I got. I got robbed. But we'll say what it is. But I did lose by split. But he had eye poked me about 4 times. I count 4. Some people count 3. 4 to me. The third one, I believe, in the second round, tore my retina, and I looked at the ref because my vision was rolling. I couldn't. I felt like I was looking at the ceiling. Maybe I was with this eye. I don't know. But I looked at him, and he's like, it was a punch. It was a punch. So I thought I got rocked, and I'm backing up, and I basically gave him the round.
Did you watch the replay? He had his fingers out?
Yeah. Oh, he's doing this.
Yeah,
and it was weird. Like every single time I got my rhythm coming in, coming back, coming in.
He was doing it on purpose?
He would do this shit. So I don't want to say it was a game plan or whatever, but it could have been. But it worked. It kept me hesitating coming in, And when I did come in, I got caught hard with.
How tall is he? Is he? Do you have a lot? Do you have a lot of reach?
I had like I'd say maybe 1.5 inches as far as height. I think that the reach was about the same.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because I was thinking of your Hije fight when you knocked him out. The
cut you out.
what's that?
Did my video go out?
Yeah, your video went out.
Hold on. Try to fix that. One second, dude. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, while you're figuring that out, I'll say I was thinking of the fight right before that is the one that I saw where you knocked him out in the first.
I haven't knocked anybody out in a while, dude. My
Yazan Hije, the
oh
contender
yeah,
one.
the contender series. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice. It's a fun fight.
That was a heavy shot you caught him with. Like, well, you caught him with one earlier, and then you caught him with a second one right on the chin. Like he timed it perfect.
Yeah, right before. Maybe I can do this. Right before. Actually, right. Oh, there we go. Right at the start of the fight, I threw a big overhand, and I knew he was a southpaw. I was kind of aiming for the chest because we worked on in camp, and I caught him, and I saw him stumble. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I got this fight. This is mine.
Yeah.
And I knew it was just a matter of time from there because I kind of knew he had a weak chin before watching his fights because he's been dropped a lot. And then when I saw him wobble, it was nice. So then the second I saw the opportunity, him rushing in, when I believe I let him up and I walked away. I swung, I missed, and I swung again with a 3-2, and I caught him, and I just jumped on him.
Yeah, that one that you put him down with, weak chin, strong chin. That was
nice.
You hit him clean.
It was nice.
You
Yeah,
hit him clean.
For sure.
That eye poke shit, man. It's like it's such a catch-22 in MMA because it's like, I mean, obviously you have to have your fingers, open for everything, but like, the guys that I honestly, I don't know what the answer is. It's almost like what's the rule on a guy, so a guy's boxing and he has his hands open and he's mirroring your front hand.
Right.
And then he sticks his hand out. Is that, as long as your palm is open, that's all right?
That's legal, but it depends on the state. Like some commissions I fought had said this is legal. Some states say this I don't know. The commission just hasn't addressed it. But then for example, I fought Kyle Nelson in Canada, and I believe my last fight too was the rule is hands up. If you do this, it's a warning. Second time, it's they should call it where they'll take a point, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the rule. But I believe when I fought in LA, it wasn't. So Shaman he got fucking away with it, dude. And
I
believe that cost me the fight.
Dangerous, man.
If they took 1 point, I would have it would have been a draw, whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been fair. But I started beating him, I believe, after more decisively. After that happened, it kind of riled me up, and I knew I was in a bad spot, and I started coming after him, and I still fucking lost. I don't know, man, but it should.
They always get your front fucking eye too. Where like if you're squared here, it's always like in your front eye, so you really like if it messes with your vision at all, you like really can't see.
No, yeah, I couldn't see anything on the whole right side. I was circling, and he took advantage. He was hitting me with high kicks on this side, big overhands, and. Yeah, it was coming hard. He was coming hard, and I believe he took that round because of that. And I believe that's what really lost me the fight. It's giving him the end of that second. Fuck, dude.
But I'll tell you this. I mean, like you finish your fights, so they're gonna keep giving you fights. It's
for sure.
As that. Like
for sure.
Simple as that.
I can't wait to get back. Fucking coming off that Bryce Mitchell loss is like that's not me. I don't get finished. I don't plan on getting finished again. Eventually it might happen, but I'm gonna be coming back hard and try to finish next, dude.
Yeah, they should get. I mean, I would imagine they'll put you in there with someone who's gonna stand and bang with you too.
Right. Well, they tried to give me Jared Gordon, who's a fucking ground and pound art specialist apparently, but I believe Matt Sayles was his coach. They had that was a fight I believe where what's his name redheaded dude commentator.
Paul Felder.
I think he left. Yeah, he left from commentating and went to corner him in that
fight.
Yeah,
the other night?
Yeah, that's who I was going to fight. That's who we were planning to fight in San Diego. COVID set it back, and then we're going to fight in Florida, and then my fucking knee blew out, and he just sucked for him, He's been training his ass off.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I mean.
How did the knee thing happen?
Just training. I was sparring. my first day sparring, getting ready for camp, and I just stepped in with a jab. My foot was slightly turned in, and he threw. Could have been a calf kick, but it hit me in my knee, and it just buckled in.
Just like
And I
perfect.
fuck it. Yeah, I felt
or
it,
the
dude.
opposite of perfect timing.
Yes, well, perfect timing for him. But I went down, and oh my god, I've never felt pain like that. And I had a coach. He just kind of ran in and stuck his thumb like deep in the back of my knee, and he's like, "Oh, it's just your nerve," and he's rubbing my knee out, sticking
Yeah.
his thumb in there deep as he can, and dude, and then so I got up and I was being a bitch, and then 2 weeks go by, I'm like, "Nah, dude, I can't train. I need to get this checked out," and then it turns out, yeah, it's a torn ACL.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it kind of lined up well with the COVID, so I'm trying to take it a little more positive than.
Yeah, like if you're gonna get injured, do it
Yeah.
when the whole world is fucked.
Exactly. I mean, there's not even a crowd when I fight. You know, it's weird. I want to cry. I want a crowd when I fight. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, it really is. Like as a viewer through the television though, the no crowd thing is so dope. I love it.
Well, I bet you hear all the shots.
Yeah.
Fucking the breathing,
Yeah.
the coaching. Yeah, that is nice to watch. It kind of reminds me of the Contender because it's so small. Everybody gets,
Yeah.
I think, like
It's just
three
like
tickets. Yeah, just like that. So I think I'd be used to it.
yeah.
But
Did you watch this last event? The with
No, I didn't. You know, I should watch the fights and should stay up with it, but it just gives me so much anxiety. Like I can't watch the fights without sweating. Like
I understand.
I watch the walkouts and I just visualize myself, and I'm like, oh fuck. And, like,
No, I
just
understand.
talking about it, my hands getting sweaty.
when I was like I built a startup, right? Like and when I was built as a fantasy sports startup, and when I was so neck deep in it, like it was like the only thing that I worked on, the only thing I ever thought about. And I couldn't watch anything having to do with startups, like all the shit that people were watching. You know, they're like, "Oh, you watch Silicon Valley on HBO?" I was like, "Fuck no!" It's like, "This shit is way too stressful." They're like, "It's a comedy." I'm like, "Okay, what they're doing, like they're making fun of this. Like I am that guy. Like like it's like this is my life and how stressed out I am. Like how stressed out he is. That's so fucking funny to you guys. That's my life. You know?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I totally understand. But 145, you're 145, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
a division. It's kind of like it's in a weird spot, you know, because it's like Volkanovski and Max Holloway fought twice. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks Max won this last one. I think I don't know. It's a tough. Like, have people talked to you about that fight?
I've watched highlights. Like I said, I can't watch a full fight, but I'll watch highlights. And Volkanovski looks like. I believe he took the fight, the low kicks. People don't take kicks into account too much.
You're talking about the first fight or the second fight?
This last one, the leg kick one. That was the first, I believe, right?
That was the first one, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just talking about Volkanovski in general. People don't give him enough credit, I think, for the striking that he does possess. Like,
no, he's solid.
He's great. Yeah, and then to finish or not? Did he finish Max's last fight?
No,
he did. Okay.
No.
Whatever. Just to beat Max.
Real close, and then this last one. The first one was really close. But for the most part, people agreed that Volkanovski won because of the leg kicks. This last one that was last week or the week before or whatever was really controversial because – so just to suck my own dick real quick on what my prediction was for that fight. So, you know, if you watch like Holloway, you know, what I've always interpreted as his game plan is that he knows that he can hang with anyone at 50, 60%. And so he fights the first 2.5 rounds at 50, 60%. And then when the other guy slows down a little bit, he kicks it to 100 and then he just obliterates guys. Yeah. And that's basic in the Volkanovski fight. I think what he learned in the first one was he was like, "Oh, Volkanovski's never going to slow down." He's like, he's not going to slow down. So in this next one, I'm going to go full throttle from the first round, which is exactly what he did. And he decisively won the first and second round. And then the third round was super close. And if I'm being honest, I think Volkanovski probably took it. And then the fourth round, Volkanovski won. Fifth round, Volkanovski won, but very, very close. So the only like decisively won rounds were the first and second from Holloway, but not 10-8. And so Volkanovski won the fight, but everyone was like, "Oh, you know," everyone thought Max won. Right, but really, it's a problem with the scoring system versus anything else because if you have to choose, you know, if a 10-8 is like such a decisive difference, then someone can knock a guy down and still win a 10-8 round versus You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's so like you can get like for example, my Kyle Nelson fight, they gave me a 10-8 round, and I didn't even drop him. He was off balance, and like they gave me a 10, and I took advantage of. They gave me a 10-8. Like, but the guys who really drop somebody and put them down get 10-8s. You know, so it's such a fine line. Like I don't know. The scoring's fucked up for sure.
yeah,
Like so, a lot of the refs don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, judges. I'm sorry. They
yeah.
don't know what they're watching.
No.
Fucking, they have a lot of I know they have boxing judges who they're watching punches. They don't understand the kicks. You know, for example, Muay Thai, it could be like a kick is 2 points and a punch is 1 point. You know, and I believe the kicks are harder to pull off.
Is that how that's not how judge in UFC is it judged that way?
No. I'm saying
Muay
Muay
Thai.
Thai.
Yeah.
Like you go to Thailand and they want body kicks. Low kicks are kind of like, oh, okay, but I'd say like unless if there was a scoring point system, it'd be like low kick 1 point, punches 1 point.
What about a front kick to the body?
They like body kicks, so push kicks, body kicks. That's what they want to see, and that would be like 2 points. You know, but to pull that off in MMA, now you got to worry about guys catching it, taking you down, and to even land a kick, and then for them to kind of like almost ignore it in a way. You know, the judges just don't know what they're looking for. You know.
Yeah.
And
they should have all ex-fighters as judges. I mean,
I agree.
Plain and simple.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
someone
fucking
who's trained
either.
No, or at least someone who's done boxing classes or fucking kickboxing classes, not this fat piece of shit who don't even know what they're looking at.
Yeah,
you know, they're just getting paid.
So do you know? Because Dana always acts like he certainly doesn't take ownership over the judges. Like he always acts like someone gave him these assholes who had this shit decision. Like is it the commissions?
Yes, it's the commissions. I believe the refs as well are all commissioned. So a lot of them, like I see some of the refs in the same refs, the same commission guys come in state to state sometimes. So I don't know, man. It's
Herzog is in there a lot. I actually my buddy's actually really good buddies with Herzog, but he's I watched an event with Herzog in like 2006 or something, when he was just getting in there. And now he's one of the staples. Like I like him. He saved Ben Askren's life from Masvidal.
He's great, dude. Like he trains with one of the coaches I trained with at Alliance, Justin Flores, I believe is his name. But he trains, he's active, and he understands the game because he's doing it, you know.
Yeah.
And he refed me in the Contender Series. He refed me, I believe, that LA fight. He was there. My CFFC fight when I was on Dana White's Looking for a Fight, and he was.
Oh, there. You were on Looking for a Fight too?
I was, yeah. They didn't give me the contract. They were actually there to look at the guy before me. So the guy before me they had a good back and forth fight. He ended up getting signed, and one of them, I can't think of the dude. But on the show, they called me fat. They said I didn't have to look. Dana's all talking like he thought I was going to lose. And then I ended up winning. And he said if I get him a few more fights, they would definitely look into me or want to sign me. And that kind of motivated me after that, seeing that.
And you started knocking everybody out.
Yeah. And well, after that fight, actually, was when I won the Contender Series. So I just waited out a year. And my coach, Eric Del Fierro at the time, was talking to them, was talking to Sean Shelby, I believe, and putting my name out there for the Contender. And they kept saying the next season. And then they pushed it out. Then it came, and I hopped on, and then 5 years on, and I got my contract.
Dude, so you won your first fight, first round knockout, and your second fight, first round knockout. So you must have thought you were gonna fucking just waltz your way through you're like, Jesus, nobody can take one of my shots.
I knew the guys that I had fought my first 2 fights, they were kind of bums though. Like they shouldn't have been fighting them. One of them shouldn't even been in the fucking ring. But that was just the way the league at the time was set up. It was really fucked up. Now they got a bunch of legal shit going on. But yeah, then I went into the World Series fight with Bryson Hansen, and I thought I was a shit. And I got dropped right away in the first, and it was a rude awakening. But then I came back, won that fight, and that was like my first real test.
With Mazzagatti in there too, so it's like, oh shit, I got like.
He let me go, man. He gave me a chance because I was getting fucking hit. I think I counted like 30 hits. If you watch the fight, it's like 2 minutes in, I get dropped to the left. I'm looking at the lights. I sit up, and then I turn to the fence, and he jumped on me. He got me with a tight waist, and he just hit me. I kind of like 30 shots that I got hit with, but Mazzagatti was right on top of it, didn't stop it, let me go. And then after that, I recovered and came back, and I think he just gassed himself out.
Yeah, Dana hates Mazzagatti. He's always giving him shit. But like you know, the fight that, unless I'm mistaken, the fight where it kind of went over the edge, where Dana was like, "Fuck this guy, he can't be a ref anymore." I'm pretty sure was Valentina Shevchenko against that girl. I don't know. It was definitely it was a female fight, and this girl was getting fucked up. Like but she was fighting back the whole time. And I remember just thinking, I was like, this is the most game bred girl I've ever, like, she's not going to stop.
Right.
But I mean, per the rules, she was defending herself and she was fighting back.
Yeah.
And
That's what's rough, dude. I would hate to be a ref because, I mean,
it's a tough call.
especially watching like females, like people don't want to see females get fucked up.
Yeah.
Although it's a competition between female and female on who's the most savage, really. If the ref wasn't there, people would be dying, you know, and or limbs would be breaking, whatever, injuries. And it's such a fine line. Like if she's defending herself and I was in her position, I would want him to let it keep going. You don't know if I stand back up and fucking randomly throw a back fist and knock her out, win the fight, you know, and everybody loves me, you know, or it goes on and then everyone hates the ref and you lose, whatever, you know. So it's such a fine line. It's such a weird sport. Everyone's got their opinions and it's tough, dude. It's a rough sport to try to make a living in. Sure.
Did you watch the Max Rojkov fight where everybody got bent out of shape at the coach for trying to talk him into going in the third round?
I did.
You watched that fight, right?
I didn't watch the fight. Like I said, no.
Oh, right.
Highlights. Only highlights.
But
I should watch the fight. I did
interaction between the coach and Max.
Yes, I did see it online. And man, I'm on the coach's side, really.
Me too, 100%.
You should be going like. You don't make it to the UFC being a bitch. You're obviously not a bitch, and I understand the pressure you're feeling in that cage. Like, you know what's going on around you, but it's so bright in there. The ring is white, you know, like it kind of is blocked out, but you know what's going on. Your mind's kind of going crazy. And it's his UFC debut. I think maybe he just got overwhelmed, you know, felt weak.
It was short. He took it on 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's a big experience because you show up for a fight week and they're interviewing you. People are giving you food. They're giving you a bunch of free shit. You pick up your fight kit, got your name on it. It says UFC, you know, like it's fucking cool. And then your coaches are all excited because they're getting their backpack with their names on it. And it's such a big thing. And then they're taking on 5-day notice and not even be like expecting it for months, whatever. I think he got overwhelmed, and props to the coach for trying to talk him into it and keep going.
He won the first round. He won the first round.
I haven't watched it. And like, even if he was losing, dude, I would, and getting his ass beat, I'd still tell him, bro, you got to tough it out. Like, you just got it. This is what we do.
The big man's here.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to come back, bro, or you want to get cut? You know, like this is where you make your money as a fighter, or have an opportunity, and then you go somewhere else, whatever. But
the coach
really dropped the ball.
They like live together. So you know, when I heard that, I'm like, dude, this like these fucking armchair quarterbacks. You don't know anything about their relationship. You know nothing about this fighter. Like, you're gonna try to apply just blanket rules to a situation that's that high intensity. It's like, dude, you don't know the fighter, you don't know his history, you don't know their relationship. Maybe every day in fucking practice he says he's gonna quit. The coach has to talk him into doing his last rounds. I mean, like, don't know anything about it. And he didn't even go out. If he would have gone out and gotten his head decapitated, I mean, maybe we'd have something to talk about. But like, he didn't even go out.
Exactly. That's on him. But the coach, everyone giving the coach shit, like, they shouldn't. Because 100%. I would want my coach to do the same thing. Like, I like that it's a battle, you know. But although we've made it a sport, it's still a fucking battle. It's still one of the rawest forms of any sport, really, other than wrestling or running. You know, it's one of the main sports, I believe, that you can really call a sport, not with a ball. And it's rough, man. It's rough. Like, I mean, to just be talking shit about him and you do nothing. You know, you can't. You have no room to talk, but. It's the internet. People can say whatever the fuck they want, not face consequences. You know, like I can't stand those people.
Me too. Like that's literally like my like I just did a video today where I was talking about what kind of person is what kind of personality type is one of these fucking trolls online who talk shit about fighters. Like, and then like specific, like what I was talking about Sean O'Malley, because, you know, Sean O'Malley has all this hype. And if you go on any of these videos with O'Malley, there are all these guys that are like, they're all, as soon as this guy fights someone in the top 10, he's going to get fucked up. And I'm like, okay, first of all, trust me, I know the sport as well or better than any of you fucking people. And I'm telling you, there is absolutely no indication of that. Okay. Like every single superstar, when they were at the stage that Sean O'Malley is at, had done the same thing. They had run through everyone that they had fought. Okay. You can't look at anything in his fights and say, oh, this is a flaw in his game, because no one fights like him. Okay. He might end up losing, but for you to like, where your default is as like this, an armchair analyst, is to go, oh, he's going to get his fucking ass kicked. It's like, that's you angry at your life. Like that's like that's you rooting for him to lose because you don't want anyone to succeed. The hype that he has pisses you off. I mean, there's no other reason. Like, why would you be rooting for him to lose?
Like I said, people will say whatever they want, they can get away with it. And in their face, these same people will take a picture of you the same fucking day.
Oh, for 100% sure.
Talk shit about you. Like, I can't stand it. I don't even know what, like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it's amazing to me.
It is a personality flaw. Like, where.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you're jealous of this person. You you want them to lose. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Why? Like, this guy's succeeding. They come from nothing, and and they've made it to the UFC, and that alone to them is a fucking life achievement, And then you're just gonna bash on them because you don't like what you see or you got an opinion. It's amazing to me. Yeah, you're right. It's a personality flaw. It's some kind of mental fucking illness. Something. It's crazy.
And it's like, if I ever found myself taking satisfaction in something negative that happened to someone else who I didn't have a very specific reason that I had a distaste for, that, I mean, I fancy myself as probably a little bit more self-aware than most people, but I would catch myself doing that instantly. And I would be like, oh yeah, like, where is that coming from?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's human. We've all done it. I've done it myself, like watching guys, especially in my weight division before. When I was younger, especially, and hungry, kind of had more of a chip on my shoulder. I'd watch guys and see him win, but I can beat that guy. Like I could.
That's different.
Yeah. True. Thing. But I know these people who think the same. They probably have some kind of drive in them. That they want to succeed, but they're not doing shit. But they're gonna fucking say whatever they want to say about the guys. Yeah. But the guys who want Floyd Mayweather to lose all the time, I'm a big fan of him. I admire the science he put into it, the skill. How he can just finesse things, and people watch it and they want him to lose. They're watching for him to lose, and he said it, like, you guys will pay for me to win or lose. So it's amazing. I don't know. Dude,
that's funny that you said that, because I did this video where, like, a lot of times when I'm doing videos and I'm talking this shit through, I think my clearest when I'm talking for some reason. Like, so I'll be just talking about something and I'll make a connection I never thought about before. And I was talking about Colby Covington and how he approaches the game, where he's got the shtick with the MAGA and all that stuff. And like, and because what I was talking about the Usman fight, where you probably didn't watch it, but the Colby versus Usman fight, the guy is one of these, obviously. I mean, talks. But there's not a fucking person on earth that's going to watch that fight and tell me that guy is not fucking gangster to the bone. And he got his jaw broken in the third round, and he fought and took shots to the jaw for 2.5 more rounds. Yeah. And, and so I was talking about that, and I was talking about how gangster it is to know everyone wants you to lose and then to fight through that and not feel that pressure. And as I was talking about it, I'm like, you know what? In a way, that's actually the least pressure that you can feel. It's like imagine like guys like Jose Aldo when he's fighting Conor McGregor, and he's got a whole entire country and half the world that wants him to win and expects him to win. Right. That pressure is astronomical in comparison to you walk in and everyone's like, boo, everyone wants you to lose. Exactly, like, it'd almost be easier. It would almost take the pressure off you if everyone wanted you to lose.
Yeah, being the underdog, it's a lot easier for sure, because I mean, everyone's expecting to lose. You lose, But the Jose Aldo, to like what you talked about, that's some kind of pressure. To have your whole country, you're right, like behind you, they want you to win. Or beat, for example, Conor McGregor. Like, imagine when he lost to Khabib, how he felt, and everyone in Ireland, they're in the pub watching you fight, wanting you to win. It's a crazy feeling, dude, even just to lose, and when your family's watching, like, it's terrible. But yeah, Colby Covington is to talk the shit and then to still be able to go in and to fight and get your jaw broke, continue to fight. Everyone, that's balls. Like, just to step in, like I said, takes balls. So Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's
That's
it's
hilarious that you
interesting.
can't watch the fights, man. And I'll tell
No,
you
dude, I
why.
really can't.
Because
I
I can
really
relate
can't.
to that so much. That's
Uh,
so funny that like I
yeah.
completely get that. Like
I
100%.
get shit all the time. Like, well, dude, oh, you don't watch the fights? Like, no, dude. Like, it's not that I don't want
Yeah.
to pay for them. It's not that I don't want to watch them. It's just I can't like. I visualize myself. I'm a visual person, I guess. Like I
Yeah.
visualize myself in that position, what I would be doing, and I'm like just watching the screen, sweating. My armpits start sweating. My hands start sweating. I can't. I don't want to
Yeah.
put myself through it. You know.
What
So
about like how many like do you feel like there are a lot of other like other guys that are pro that you train with? Do they watch a lot or like
a
do
lot, most everybody that I train with takes it like a little more serious than me, I'd say. Like they watch film, they study film, they know this guy. Like
well you
coming
got to
from,
you watch film on your opponents though, right?
I do, but then I stop. Like at the beginning of camp, I'll watch, I'll understand what they do, what their strengths are, and all that. But then I stop. I don't want to watch too much of it, but because then I kind of get in my own head and I kind of make them up like as its character in my mind bigger than who they are, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
So I like to keep it as kind of like a shadow figure kind of in my mind.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know their face. I don't want to experience any of that until I get there and I'm fighting the guy and I see him in the weigh-ins and then I go. And then I just feel like I flow better that way too. Like I'd rather just fight, you know, I don't want to go, I do have a game plan, but I don't think of having a game plan, if that makes sense. The whole camp. Like I'm gonna do this at this time. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this if he does this. No, I like to react and kind of flow with what's going on. I can sharpen a few things up, obviously now that I'm well aware of that. But it's yeah, I can't watch them.
No,
I
I completely understand exactly what you're saying. It's like you want to find the perfect balance where if the guy, you know, if you watch 6 of his fights and he has the same tell for when he's gonna go high versus when he's gonna throw a bite, like you want to know that.
Mhm.
And then but just know that, and that's, you know, it's just something that can help, to your point, help you react as opposed to
Yeah,
you having to try to think through everything and
exactly.
while you're in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes perfect
When I
sense.
watch, I'm watching for their tools, like what they're good at. I know, okay, this guy jiu-jitsu guy, he's looking to duck under strikes. He's watch how he takes this guy down when this guy rushes in, whatever. But then, yeah, I gotta stop because if I watch too much, like even like just the boring shit, you know, like them going through positions and stuff, like I can't. Like I'll start sweating just watching that, and then in my mind, like if especially if the guy's dominating this guy, I make him up. Like I said, just something bigger than they're probably not. So
Yeah.
I'd like to just keep it low throughout camp and just focus on myself, you know, keep my,
Yeah,
especially
watch
during
tapes
camp.
of you knocking people out.
Yeah, exactly. I keep my head down. I get in my own head really. And I show up to the gym. I don't really talk to many people. I do my shit. I leave and I'm so zoned in on just what I'm thinking, what I'm doing and getting ready for that fight, you know? Cause like I said, to me, it's a battle, you
Yeah,
know? So I want to be ready.
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Who else fights out of Alliance right now?
You know, to be honest, I've stepped away from the team. I haven't been going in much. I stay in contact with them, but I've stepped away with one of the. He was the head striking coach. I wouldn't say head, but the striking coach of Alliance, Adrian Melendrez. He left, made his own gym called
Okay.
Azteca Boxing, and I've been with him, helping him out. Some of the Alliance guys still come by, so I know they have like Lauren Mueller's there. I believe Phil Davis is there. Dominic Cruz is obviously there. Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, I didn't know Jeremy Stevens was over there.
Oh yeah, he's been there for years. Yeah, yeah. Um, I can't think of Nicky Piedmont. He's never. I don't think he's been in the UFC, but he's fought for like Strikeforce, I believe, Bellator.
Yeah.
Some good guys I can't think of right now, but yeah, they got a lot of good guys there still. I just chose to step away because of just personal things
And your
and
boy was going to the other spot?
yeah. Well, it got to the point where things got a little too political for me. Like I had to choose. They had their drama, and the other gym opened, and I kind of was like caught in between because that's my team. That's where I started. When MMA became a thing for me, that's where I was. When I started, it was different though. It was a lot different than what it is now. And then my coach left, and I consider him my main coach. We have a connection.
Yeah.
You know, he'd come to my fights when I was 16, 17 and corner me, you know, and show up to my weigh-ins. And I never had a coach ever do that for me.
Yeah.
So we have a different connection. So all that happened, and then it came to the point where I had to pick between either one of these coaches to come corner me because one was saying I'm not going to corner with the other. So, you know, it got to that point. So I just decided, you know, I'm just going to pull away. I don't want that in my career, you know, because this is drama, unnecessary drama that I don't need in my career. I want to focus on winning, getting better, whatever. So I stepped away and went with a guy who I have the connection with, and he started his new gym. I was kind of helping him build it up a little bit in a way. I mean, like one of his main fighters, other than I believe Phil Davis, he would say. So,
Oh, is Phil coming over too?
he's been working with Adrian for years as well. Like he was, like I said, he was the striking coach at Alliance when I started. He got me there from the sister gym of Alliance, brought me there. I started training. Like my first day there, I was 17. He had me spar Dominic Cruz, is getting ready for Uriah Faber, 5-minute rounds. Like, I got my ass beat. But
Yeah.
I got my ass beat. Then
Yeah.
no more takedowns because Dominic was taking me down at will. But then when they said no more takedowns, I was a Muay Thai guy, so I was able to hang in there a little more. But anyways, that's how like we kicked it off right there. Like he took me and he really nurtured like who he thought I could be. And then he had a few other main guys who stuck with him throughout the years, and Phil Davis has been one of the other guys. So he would consider, I would think he would say he considers Phil and me as main guys, and we're kind of helping him grow his gym. But I know Phil is still training at Alliance because it's his team, you know.
Yeah.
I just chose to step away. It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be rooting for you. I'll be rooting for you when you come back. So
Yeah,
the last thing I was going to ask now that you brought that up is like, so when I've watched, you know, because obviously when I watch these guys, I always just imagine what it's like to be in there with them. And what I see with Dominic is like basically exactly like, so going back to what we were talking about watching film on a guy, you know, you're like, okay, so when he's going to jab, he does this or whatever, trying to pick up anything. I don't see any of that shit with Dominic.
No,
like, he looks like the most unpredictable fucking guy ever. Like the strikes come from 18 different angles.
Yeah.
It's all herky-jerky on purpose. So you
yeah.
can't time his rhythm. You can't know where it's coming from. And it's like he looks like one of the most frustrating fucking guys to fight, I bet.
Yeah, dude, it's really fucking frustrating. And although he hasn't got a lot of knockouts, he hits fucking hard.
Yeah.
He hits really that duck in the head overhand, like that lands hard. It feels like a rock's hitting you in the head. But if I was to study him, if I was fighting Dominic, I wouldn't study his techniques. I'd study more of his footwork and his movement and how he's setting things up, like triggers to see when he's throwing, you know, how his feet are moving, which way he's moving, what he throws, when he's doing that, you know. But we've had countless rounds. I've helped him. I was there when he fought TJ, and I believe he defended the belt.
No, he won it.
Oh, he won it back? Okay.
Well, yeah,
I don't remember, bro.
He took it from TJ, and then he lost to Cody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was there in the back though, warming him up. Like I trained with him for years. Like I said, when I started, he was one of the main guys I was working with. And when we sparred, when I started to give him better rounds was when I just aimed for the chest. Like I couldn't aim for his head, couldn't aim for his legs.
Bigger target.
Dude, yeah, like, and it doesn't move as much. Like it'll move like this, where his head's everywhere. His fucking feet are doing this, and it's so hard to time. So yeah, I would just jab his body, and throw something after, and hope it would land. But dude, he's good, man. He's really fucking good. I hope he comes back and does well. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like it's interesting how, like, you know, obviously he's dealt with a lot of injuries, but he's a very, very sharp MMA mind. Like I really enjoy listening to him as a commentator. Like I think he's one of the smartest commentators that they've got. You know, like
for sure.
There are only like a handful of people that I can listen to where I can really identify. Like, okay, and I mean, it's not surprising that he knows his shit, obviously, but not everybody knows their shit and then can communicate it well. But he really does a great job with that. I think.
No, he does a great job. I think it brings a little more respect from people watching to the sport as he explains what's going on. You know, like somebody who's untrained, doesn't know much, and they just want to see a blood fight or a blood sport fight. You know, and to have him explain what's going on, the double underhooks, the body locks, the trips, or whatever's going on, to him to break it down is really good for the sport. I actually like it. I think he was, other than DC, I believe he was one of the only fighters to actually be a commentator. So
I think he's the only other one to be at the table, like, you know,
right.
Pay-per-views. I mean, Bisping does them now. And Bisping's great. Like I watch his podcast. He is, I tell everybody all the time, like Bisping's fucking podcast, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Like he's so fucking funny on his podcast because he's on with just like one of his buddies and they just bullshit like this. And he's fucking hilarious, man.
I gotta watch it. Yeah, I like it. He called my fight for the Contender, and I've ran into him a few times in the hotels. Quick conversations, but I like him as a person.
You can tell he's good people.
And I found out recently he was like a DJ before he started training. That's
really?
Cool, dude. Yeah, he's a DJ, like DJ Mikey or something like that. I don't know.
Dude, I didn't know that.
DJ Mikey B, I think it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about him. I heard he's crazy. So
yeah, that's funny.
I believe it.
that would be such a good content for the UFC to put together, is like, you know, like what some of these guys do outside, because you don't really ever hear, you know, you don't hear a lot of stories, I think, because like the nature of the sport, the UFC wants to present them as like stone professionals. These guys train, they go home, they fight in the octagon, but you know, they're professionals,
right,
as opposed to like,
yeah.
you know,
They should show a little more of the human side, and like not just these savages that fight in the fucking cage, you know. But yeah, I think there'll be a lot of stories.
Molly channel, that I'll send you that Mixed Molly channel. That's why that's so good, dude. It's like it just. I mean, I won't ruin it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Solid, dude.
Yeah, send it to me. I'd like to watch it. Cool.
Well, cool, man. I'll let you go. This is a good time.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sure. Yeah, for sure. I like to. I mean, I'm not doing shit anyway with this ACL. So if you ever need someone, hit me up.
Dude, sure. I was gonna say. I mean, I would say we could do a live and watch the fights, but you know, I don't want to stress you out.
No, we could do. Yeah, fuck it. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it something like this. I'd be down.
I like it. I like it. Maybe we could do what's when DC and Stipe fight, whenever that is, like I don't know, it's in a few weeks in August.
Yeah, hit me up, send me a message, and let's plan on it. I'll be down to do that.
All right, man. I will definitely do that.
All right, man. Cool. You have a good one.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Peace.